There have been a lot of changes in the world from 1918 to the present day. Between wars, technology development, and social change, the world is a very different place. Dick Sweet, 100, has lived through it all after celebrating his landmark birthday in December 2018. His family, including his wife of 72 years, Philis, his 2 sons John and David, and his 3 granddaughters Zoe, Holly, Vanessa, and grandson Alan, helped to organize a party to celebrate. His granddaughter Zoe even made him a 2-tiered cake inspired by Dick's love of gardening. "They did me proud," Dick said. "My wife, with the backing of all their grandchildren, helped organize it. I kept out of it." The party was held on December 8, 2 days before Dick's birthday on December 10. Dick Sweet handing tennis doubles winner Lisa King a trophy he donated to the tennis club in memory of his friend and founder of the club, Jim Kitson. At the party, Dick presented a trophy to Lisa King, the doubles winner at Stansted Tennis Club. The trophy was donated by Dick to the club in memory of his friend Jim Kitson, who founded the club. "I was one of the founding members, with my pal Jim. We were trying to build a club for the working class in Stansted," he said. In Stansted at the time there was virtually nothing for the working class. You could play a game of football or some cricket in the summer, but apart from that there was no other sport. Tennis can be played all the time, so we did our bit to build a club where all could play. I thought I heard that they had 1 or 2 trophies, so I asked them if they had anything there to remember Jim. They said no. At my age I thought something has to be done about it before it's too late. I want to try and keep Jim's memory going, because to me he was Stansted Tennis Club. The party was organized by Dick's wife Philis, sons John and David, and grandchildren Zoe, Holly, Vanessa, and Alan. Dick spent most of his adult life working as a carpenter and joiner after leaving school at the age of 14. The schoolmaster was an amateur carpenter. "He had a great chest of carpentry tools," he said. "He got me to help work with him and I got into carpentry, so when I left school at 14 I thought, why not?" During the Second World War, Dick served as part of the Royal Engineers, from the age of 21 to 27. He traveled all around the world while he was serving, including North Africa, South Africa and Sicily. Dick explained that he considers helping to establish a vital water supply to the 8th Army after the line was sabotaged, one of the most important things he did during the war. "The Royal Engineers was not really a fighting job, but we had to do nearly everything imaginable," he said. Soon after being demobbed, Dick met his wife Philis after starting work at the same place. "I spent 7 birthdays from 21 to 27, and when I got demobbed after the war, one was entitled to about 3 months leave, but after 4 weeks I thought that was enough for me. I didn't want to sit about, so I started work again, although there was little work in those days," said Dick. "I went to get a job, and I got one at Walter Lawrence. They used to make aircraft, mosquitoes. My wife was building the Mosquitoes aircraft there during the war. They had stopped building Mosquitoes, but she was still working there when I went down." After just 7 months the pair were married in Bishop Stortford and have enjoyed 72 years of marriage, raising 2 sons, and now have 4 grandchildren. Dick explained he was involved with building the then new houses in Harlow after the war, which led him to want to build his own home in Little Hollingbury. "I thought, I'm building houses for people from London, they are getting new houses, what am I doing? So I thought I would build one for myself. We kept working on it. I made all the window and door frames at the old house in Bishop Stortford. My wife had to prime and paint them. We did it between us. We used to bike from Bishop Stortford to Little Hollingbury every moment we could spare, every evening, weekend. My wife used to do anything I asked her, shoveling, stacking bricks, as well as looking after 2 boys. We moved in 1959. It wasn't ready, the inside had to be finished, but we were determined to get in." Dick and Philis built their home, which they raised their 2 sons, John and David, and Dick and Philis still live in the home they built together. So much has changed over the course of Dick's life, but he said in his view the changes have been for the better. It is a lot different and it has improved, thank God, from when we were children, completely different. Although it's far from being perfect, he said. We fought for it. After the war most of the forces were determined to have change. For the working class we've got to fight. You cannot get anything for nothing. I think it is a lot better. For my grandchildren it's very different. I used to have to fetch milk. As a 10-year-old I had to start at 7 a.m. and walk 3 miles and then walk back with 2 milk canisters. We couldn't afford bottled milk in those days. It's just one instance of how completely different life is now. Dick and Phyllis with the telegram he received from the Queen. So what is Dick's secret to such a long life? My secret? I honestly don't know. I try to live a decent life. I've normally had fresh vegetables out of the garden. My wife puts it down to that, but I honestly don't know. He may not know the secret to his 100 years, but he does have some life advice he was given during the war that has always stuck in his mind. He said, "Don't forget lads, when dealing with something use a bit of sapper initiative." Sapper meaning an army engineer. Use your sapper initiative basically means to use a bit of common sense for no particular reason. That phrase, sapper initiative, has always stuck in my mind. Dick also explained that after 72 years of marriage he believes there is just 2 things that will create a long and successful marriage. There's only 2 things in my opinion that creates a long and successful marriage, and that is trust and tolerance. That's just my opinion, he added. I have got no regrets about anything. I'm glad to be alive, especially at my age.